In this video we are going to talk about top 10 shocking things about Japanese schools. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for future updates before starting this video. Let's start. Number 10. Sleeping Beauties are not in castles, but in classrooms. Studying in Japan entails a lot of hard work and dedication, with homework and assignments during vacations, school clubs and events even on weekends, and cleaning the whole school. Apart from participating in morning and after-school club events, the majority of students often attend juku or cram schools, where they can study harder or learn new languages. They are often assigned a large amount of homework each day, leaving them with very little time to relax and sleep. As a result, students who can no longer battle exhaustion and drowsiness are more likely to fall asleep during class. You would also be surprised to learn that teachers prefer to leave them be because they can't do anything about it and probably sympathize with their exhaustion. While a teacher may once or twice call a student's attention to them sleeping in class, it is uncommon to see a student reprimanded for sleeping. Number 9. Japanese schools are not as high-tech as you think. While Japan is one of the most advanced countries in terms of science and technology, seeing within one of their schools might make you reconsider. Pen and paper are also favored over mobile devices in many situations. However, technology has gradually crept into the system to aid in the improvement of teaching materials and facilities in Japanese schools. However, despite Japan's high-tech revolutionary reputation, not every school has the most up-to-date and high-tech equipment that foreigners would expect. For several years, old schools, in particular, have not been upgraded. Many primary, junior high, and high schools around the country also have obsolete CD players, printers, and fax machines. Electric fans are the most widely used cooling to conserve energy instead of air conditioners, and in the winter, central heating is very rare, with only kerosene heaters required in most cases. Number 8. Morning and after-school club activities. Every day, students who are members of sports clubs participate in club events before and after school. Sports clubs, for example, require children to run multiple kilometers per day in order to stay in shape. As you would imagine, this leaves students exhausted, lazy, and sweaty in class because they are all supposed to get up early and come home late to fulfill their club activity obligations. It appears to be a lot of hard work, requiring perseverance, dedication, and determination. Clubs are also very common, and almost every student participates in at least one. They are very proud of the club and strive to meet and exceed expectations. Number 7. Students use the same school bags and indoor shoes. To keep the school clean and prevent dirt from being brought inside, Japanese schools require students to wear separate indoor shoes inside the building. Students often dress the same by wearing similar shoes, as Japan is known for being a land of harmony where everyone performs at a similar level without anyone standing out. One well-known phrase, contrary to the Western belief that individualism is necessary, is, "hammer the nail that sticks out." Not only that, but in junior high schools, they use the same school bags with the school's logo emblazoned on them, as well as reflective safety stripes to prevent nighttime traffic collisions, as most students return home late by bike or on foot. Similarly, elementary students have their own, Rondo Seiru, uniform trendy backpacks. Number 6. Students and teachers still work even during school vacations. As I was getting ready to leave the school for my first summer vacation in Japan, I said goodbye to one of my co-teachers and wished him a happy vacation. What was his reaction? A long sigh. I learned from that point forward that teachers do not really get vacations, except on national holidays, since they must continue to work in order to fulfill their duties at school. Students in junior high school are members of their own clubs, which are normally supervised by instructors, and these events, as well as sports training, occur during the holiday time. But hold on, there's more. Furthermore, students are assigned a large amount of homework to do during their summer break. Number 5. There are no janitors. Schools in Japan do not rely on janitors to keep them clean. Students, on the other hand, roll up their sleeves and vacuum every inch of their campus, including the restrooms. Yes, indeed. Students, teachers, school administrators, and even the highest-ranking school officials, such as the vice principal and principal, all pitch in to clean, with each individual assigned to a specific location. Every day, Japanese schools make time for cleaning, which is known as soji. Before the actual cleaning begins, some students wear a tenugu, bandana, on their heads and sit in silence for a few minutes to meditate and prepare their minds and bodies, a practice known as mokuso. Students are taught not only to clean up after themselves, but also to be responsible members of society, thanks to this special Japanese school tradition. They are totally unfamiliar with the idea of recruiting someone to clean up the school for them. Number 4. Students can't fail a grade. Do you find this surprising? You're not the only one who feels this way. This is perhaps the most wonderful benefit a student would ever get. Students who do not perform well in school in certain countries, such as the United States and the Philippines, are kept back a grade to help them develop their skills. Fortunately for the Japanese, regardless of their test scores or results, they still progress to the next grade. Even if a student fails every test and misses every class, he or she is still eligible to participate in the year-end graduation ceremony. Only when they take entrance exams for high school and university do their test scores matter. This isn't to say that Japanese children aren't expected to work hard. Japanese children work hard to learn Japanese kanji so that they can read the required amount at the appropriate age, in addition to their other subjects. Number 3. Students and teachers eat together in the classroom. Also, as a follow-up to the previous point, particularly in junior high schools, teachers and students eat lunch in groups with their desks and chairs arranged to face each other. Growing up in a country where schools forbid students from eating in the classroom, it came as a complete shock to me to discover that the classroom is not just a place for studying but also for socializing over lunch. Except in some elementary schools, there is usually no cafeteria or fixed areas for students to eat their meals, as previously stated. Although some may believe that this style is too exclusive since children do not get to eat lunch with students from other classrooms, others may disagree. At lunch, however, children prefer to congregate in small groups with only their closest peers, which may encourage them to mingle and engage with others in their class, not just their closest friends. Number 2. Everyone eats the same meal for lunch and students serve it. Everyone eats the same meal in Japanese public schools, which is a fascinating fact. Students have the option of purchasing lunch at a cafeteria or carrying their own lunchboxes, as in many other countries. Students in Japan, on the other hand, are taught to eat the same type of meal, regardless of their preferences, and finish it within the time limit. Most Japanese public schools do not have cafeterias where students can purchase meals, so students do not have the option of purchasing their own meals. However, on rare occasions, homemade lunchboxes are permitted as long as the contents adhere to the school's regulations. This generally means that bento lunches are free of unhealthy foods and candy. Rice, vegetables, some kind of fish, seaweed, and sometimes chicken are popular ingredients in homemade lunches. I was astounded to learn that students were responsible for taking their meals from the school lunch area and serving them to their classmates while wearing white masks, gowns, and bandanas the first time I experienced a Japanese school lunch. They are also responsible for cleaning up and returning meal containers after lunch, all under the supervision of a teacher. How wonderful it is to teach children at such a young age about serving others and taking responsibility for keeping their environment clean. Number 1. Teachers do not send students out of the classroom. Let's face it, children are children. There will always be 2 or 3, if not the entire class, who misbehave from time to time, regardless of their culture or country of origin. It's just one of the many difficulties that teachers face in their jobs. Misbehaving students are routinely escorted out of the classroom in many countries outside of Japan. It is, however, a strict no-no in Japanese schools. All people shall have the right to receive equal education, according to Article 26 of the Japanese Constitution, and as a result, Japanese teachers are hesitant to send students out of the classroom. As a result, Japanese teachers have become accustomed to maintaining their composure while continuing with the lesson. This does happen in exceptional cases, such as when a student disrupts the class on a regular basis. What are your thoughts on our video? Which of the above facts shocked you the most? Please let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and would like to hear from me again, please subscribe and turn on the notification before leaving. Thank you for watching us.